dating for ghosts. Speed dating for ghosts. Speed dating for ghosts. Hi guys, happy Monday. You guys been playing games with Sam, playing a little I Love You Colonel Sanders with Reed. Now it's my turn, and we are back with Copy Chaser Games, Speed Dating for Ghosts. I've been having a lot of fun playing this game. If you tuned in last week, you will know that I thought I was going to be done with the game. Hi, B. Last week, I thought I was actually going to be finishing up Speed Dating for Ghosts. But then what happened in that session was so crazy that I was like, wait, there's more here I want to uncover. There's more I want to do. So this week, I'm actually going to be going back into that third room one more time to see if I can get a different result, because I'm really excited. Oh, before we get started, actually, I did want to make sure everybody knows that this Thursday, we have our full Super Dating Simulator show. It's going to be here on our Twitch channel and maybe also on the Pack Theater Twitch channel at 7 p.m. Pacific. The show is Love Potion Connections. It is about a witch who is approaching her 118th birthday. She wants to create a brand new form of magic, but as we all know, magical law means you have to have a partner to help you form a new kind of magic, so she needs our help to pick the best magical mate. I'm going to be acting in this show as her best friend, Tammy of the Tea, and it's really fun. It's really cute, so I hope you guys tune in with us on Thursday. Okay, so now that business is taken care of and we all know our Thursday plans, yeah, let's go back into Speed Dating for Ghosts. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen, because every time I've started so far, you know, I've just gone one room into the next, and this is going to be my first time trying to re-enter a room that I have already been through, and I don't know if it's going to impact anything, if the host is going to say anything. I assume I'm just going to kind of click through like I did, but you know, we'll see. Game audio is a little high. Okay, I just tried doing something that I think would help. We'll find out if it does. We'll just vibe here on the loading screen for another second while we can all decide how we feel about this new level of audio. Well, that's enough of that. Anyways. Hello again! I feel so bad that I do not remember her name. Is it Fawn? Is that too easy because she's clearly deer-like? What is her name? If anybody remembers, let me know. It's nice to see you. I'll just put your name down. And you can go right in. Okay, so the Room of Black is where I went last week. And and the third date, no spoilers for anybody that missed last week. The third date was really wild. But the choices that I made meant that we didn't get to know that person very well. So we're trying again. Just for fun, I'm going to try to pick different choices with my first two dates than I did the first time around, which will be very hard for me to do because I feel like I always pick like the very friendly choices, and like picking the maybe more sassy choices is going to cause me psychic damage, but you know, live a little. Another good thing is that it's been 3 weeks since we played. Oh, and I was about to say that I don't really remember, but I think this is interesting. It says you return to the Room of Black, so it knows that this is my second go through. I wonder if that's going to change anything. The speed dating rounds have wrapped up. I was not expecting this. I really thought it was going to be like, okay, just take another whirl with these same dates. I have no idea what I'm supposed to expect. Hi, Rachel. Oh, but some ghosts are still hanging around. Okay, great. Choose your date. Okay, yes, this is coming back to me. So last week we had Hattie, Drea, and Gary. Gary, who was not smiling when we saw him for the first time, he was just kind of like open-mouthed breathing, and it was deeply scary. And then Hattie had kind of similar energy to, not Velma. I don't recall the name of the old lady ghost that we dated the first time around, but she had kind of that same like nice old woman energy. Andrea seemed cool, but then caught kind of annoying and was like a little just immature. We ended up taking Hattie on a date, and it was super sad. We like went to the hospital where her husband, who was still alive, was, and found out that he was in a coma and would not be able to join her as a ghost. Kind of a bummer for a first date, not gonna lie. Gary scared me. See, that's what it was. Gary scared me too, but unfortunately that's who we're here to see, because after I played his very scary conversations and then saw his little smile, I was like, wait, there's got to be something there. Hi, Nod. Thanks for joining. So we're going to choose a date with Gary and see, because we don't know anything about him. The first time through, we literally just stared at each other until he disappeared. Shit! This ghost left and cannot be dated. I'm so angry. Am I gonna have to like start a whole new file? Because I want to know what's up with Gary. Well, I guess we're gonna go on a date with Dre, because we already went on a date with Hattie. I can't believe we can't date Gary. Now I only want to date him more. That's fine. We're going to breeze through this date with Dre. The main menu has an option to clear your file, if need be. Oh, hell yes. Can I bounce out of this date immediately? Okay, you know what? Fine. We're going to go through this date with Dre, and then we're going to go through and clear the file. And we are dating Gary, whether he wants to date us or not. Just kidding. We respect Gary. But we're going to be making that decision. So let's just sit through this date with Drea and try to survive it. Drea has something planned, that's for sure. Probably shoplifting from a 7-Eleven. This is going to be sweet. Drea takes you to a house in the city. A duplex. Brick. Not a bad looking place. Maybe a little run down. Something I really love about this game is the times when it chooses to show you things via like art, and times when it chooses to just describe it with words. I think that's interesting in like a quite literally visual medium, to be like, no, actually, make a word picture in your mind of this place that you're going. It's clearly had some renovations though, this brick duplex. Like the neighborhood, its edges have been filed off in favor of some good old-fashioned gentrification. The front door is a fresh shade of red. And there's a pretty nice car in the driveway. My place, when I was just another flesh bag. Really? Looks nice. I'm gonna say really, because I'm very surprised that Drea lived in this place. Yeah, really. What, you're surprised? Yes. When I was here, it was way better. There's a pawn shop over there, where that garbage Java Joy Joy is now. They always had good tapes. Now it's just coffee. Everyone just drinks coffee and does yoga. Whatever, come on. Let's go inside. From the inside, the house looks like a show home. What's wrong with coffee and yoga? Honestly, valid question. I hate to sound like a Pinterest mom about this, but I do love coffee. And also, sometimes yoga feels good, helps your body, helps your brain. Dre does have some baggage. And also, I think it's worth pointing out that, like, obviously, gentrification, big issue. Everyone deserves accessible housing and, you know, an ability to maintain a community. But also, like, sometimes those things are nice. Anyways, I'm currently haunting the inside of somebody's home, so, let's see what's going on here. Perfectly decorated rooms with perfectly placed furniture. Blech, yoga. Okay, mixed feelings on yoga in the chat. We're all allowed to feel whatever way we want to feel about yoga. Everything matches because almost everything is white or gray. They get cleaners. Pay them like nothing. And complain when they don't wash the walls. Okay, I'm coming around on Team Dre because, labor rights. So we have something in common. Ceramic letters hang on a yellow accent wall. What are the odds we're about to get a live, laugh, love joke? I feel like we're leading into a live, laugh, love joke. I'm a genius. I'm a comedic genius. I am a psychic and a savant. This is the garbage I'm talking about. Live, laugh, love. Spew, barf, puke. Not bad. You're wearing the Hot Topic Neopets shirt. Yeah, I am. I would be wearing the matching sweatpants if I wasn't worried about it being too hot. Those sold out in like a second. I'm so upset I didn't get one. Yeah, when I found them, they were definitely down to just the odd sizes. So I'm very devastated that you do not have these. If I had a second set, I would give them to you. Okay, Hot Topic support told me to fuck off in those words. I'm sure they did. I just feel think about it, in the year of our Lord 2021, I feel like Hot Topic support is one man sitting at a laptop somewhere in Houston, and he's just I don't know what to do. Please don't contact me. Please don't email my wife. But, everything comes back around. Maybe they'll do another print. I'll keep my eye out for you. Or maybe someone is, gonna resell them on Depop. I emailed his wife. Good. You did the right thing. Oh, Dre is still mad. Hang on. Dre starts to rearrange the letters. Okay, we're gonna have a Harry Potter, I am Tom Riddle, I am Voldemort moment, I think. No one who got the Neopets pants will resell them. You'd be surprised. Hot Topic has some fire stuff, honestly. Yes. The same time that I got these is when I also got the Evangelion tie-dye shirt that I know that you also have, B. Speaking of Depop, found white feelers for $35. Buy them immediately. Buy them now. Okay, so let's see what poetry Dre has made for us. EVIL. Oh man. GHOUL. And then that leaves LAEV. Lave. To blave. What does that spell? Veil. Does evil ghoul veil mean anything? Veil means valley. Get rid of veil. What about leave? Veil means valley. Oh, I snatched him up. Good for you, B. I mean, valley sort of works, right? Like evil ghoul's domain. Bah. Dre throws the remaining letters on the floor. Okay, settle down. Smashing them to bits. They take a step back to survey their handiwork. Evil ghoul. Admittedly very funny. LOL. Weird to say out loud. So, where should we hit next? Let's go to the kitchen. We're going through this date because I want to date Gary. Getting creative, huh? Plenty of fun in there. We are going to speed run this speed date. The kitchen looks like it was recently updated. Built-in microwave, induction cooktop, something called a smart fridge. Cool and edgy indeed. Everyone be careful not to cut yourself on all that edge. What do they even do to afford all this? Drea heads for the fridge. This is what I call poltergeist pay dirt. Inside the fridge is the biggest plastic container of kale you've ever seen. Okay, come now. We have more jokes than kale now. And rows of expensive-looking juice marked cleanse. Juice cleanses are stupid, though. We're allowed to keep making fun of juice cleanses because I feel like they're fancy rich people eating disorders. Anyways, I can't choose. The juice. Look at all these pretty colors. Green, yellow, red. Dre thinks for a moment. Slime, pee, Blood. Just like that, the juices look different. Oh, God. Don't worry. They'll just taste like those things. Ew. Somehow that's hard to believe. Kale is icky. You know, I hate to sound like a stereotype. It's all in what you do with it. I've heard that the reason that kale is so bitter is because it's really not meant to be eaten raw. Like, you're meant to do something to, like, change it up. Either, like, literally massage it to, like, break up the molecules or blend it or whatever. But I think kale is just a lot more versatile than we give her credit for. I mean, where'd I even get blood? There's a click at the front door. Oh, shiz, they're home. Shiz, come on now. Quick, this way. We're ghosts. Can we not? Okay. Drea drags you to the front room just as the couple who lives here opens the front door. At first, they don't notice anything is wrong. I love kale. There we go. Now we're coming around, and the people that were for yoga are against kale, vice versa. Cosmic balance. At first, they don't notice anything is wrong. They take off their shoes while bickering about who forgot to take the garbage out. The man is the first to see the letters on the wall. He stops talking. Is it 2010? I think it must be with shiz. I think it has to be. She looks up to see why. He points to the letters rearranged on the wall. And they proceed to freak the fudge out. They run away, not out the door, up the stairs, straight to the bedroom. Aw, man, after all that work. I knew we should have done the bedroom. Sigh. I guess they weren't going to run straight to the fridge anyway. This was still super good. Best time I've had in forever. Little hearts. Maybe I'll see you around sometime. Absolutely. Who am I to leave anybody hanging? We're about to wipe this file anyways. You're left alone in Dre's house. Upstairs, the couple is loudly trying to convince the cops they called that the ghosts are real. Eventually, they gave up and admit it was probably just neighborhood punks. It technically was. Those punks were just dead. You leave the house through a wall. Outside is dusk and kinda spooky. There's a bit of fog rolling in. A nice night for a haunting. A good night to be a ghost. Main menu, main menu, main menu. Options. Erase date data. Here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You chose erase date data. Are you sure you want to do that? You'll lose all of your progress. I am, because I really want to date Gary. You'll start from scratch. Yeah, I know. Erase my game. Very well. I guess this just means we'll get to know each other all over again. See you on the other side. Okay, start game. Oh, I'm gonna find out her name now, because I forgot it. Oh, hello there. You must be here for speed dating. My name's Fran. Fran. I knew it wasn't Fawn. Technically close, many overlapping letters. I run this little operation. Nice to meet you, Fran. You're a nice one. We get all kinds of ghosts here, speeding through this because I'm very excited about Gary. Nice ones, sad ones. A few spooky customers. It gets lonely being a ghost. It has been pretty difficult. It has? Wonderful! Then let's get started. We've got 3 rooms set up, each with their own super fun themes. You pick one and sit at a table. Makes sense. Doesn't it though? Another ghost who also signed up sits across from you. You'll have a few minutes to get to know them. Then a bell rings, and you switch seats. That's the bell. Just like that. In all, you'll meet 3 ghosts over 2 rounds, and at the end, you get to choose your favorite. If they liked you too, you go on a date. Do you believe in ghosts, Sarah? I think I do. I've heard too many incredibly good spooky encounters from too many people whose judgment I trust. I don't know if, like, you know, ghosts are real, like, in the sense of, like, you see a person wearing a sheet inside your home, you know what I mean? But, like, I think there's spooky stuff out there that we can't quite explain. How's that all sound? I can't wait. Neither can I. First things first, though. Okay, room of black. Here we go. Oh, this is so funny. We are going to have kind of like an eternal sunshine moment where we've already been on a date with Dre and now you're going to get to meet them for the first time again. Okay. The room of black isn't really a room at all. It's more of a garden courtyard. The sun beats down as you squint to see what's growing. Rows upon rows of yellow and brown plants. Drying, oops, not dying, Freudian ghost slip, drying and rotting in the sun. What fruit these plants produced shriveled on the vine. But there's a peace to this place. The crickets are chirping, and well beyond the garden, a train passes. You sit at a table opposite an empty chair. The bell rings and a ghost appears. Here we are. I guess the nice thing now is that I can really say whatever I want because we've already been on the date with Dre. We know that we're not missing anything world-changing. I'm a ghost. Ooh. Ooh. Dre says, lol. Wait. Lol. Isn't it great being dead? I'd rather be alive. You'd rather be alive? Actually? That's so sad. Being dead is the best way to live. I'm Dre. I'm like dead, obviously. I'm also like dead. Go figure. Let's be dead together. See, this is so funny because I would have thought that these like kind of sassier options would be like a little more rude and a little more off-putting. But obviously to somebody who prides themselves on being a little rude and off-putting, it's actually a way to get to know them better. And they're actually much more receptive to it. So let's all learn from this. How did you die? Yeah, no. Oh, there goes me thinking I've learned something. You don't want to know that. Besides, you're asking a ghost how they died? That's boring. Ask something else. Something not boring. I guess we can just press... Yeah, it's so funny. I was about to say, like, okay, yeah, let's ask the nice thing. But we've already established, like, we've been on this date with Dre. We have nothing to lose. So I pushed on it. Yeah, because they're an edgelord. And Dre says it's called no. It means stop. Do not like. Geez. Hey, fair. I pushed a boundary that they had already enforced and I got pushback. Fair enough. Take a hint. Okay. Sorry. Even I... It's already a stretch for me to not pick the nice ones every time. Now that somebody has expressly said, like, stop, I don't like what you're doing. It's too far for me to even just say, like, yeah, let's double down. So I'm pulling the ripcord on our sassy options, even though I know we have nothing to lose. Sure you are. Well, and then it was for nothing. Let's change the subject. This is speed dating. Dead or not, there are questions I guess everyone asks. So, like, what are you into? Looks, personality, a distraction. I'm gonna say looks. Looks, huh? Not a lot of that in this room. Most of these weirdos get looks, you know? And that's all they're getting. Ayo, pew 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 pew. Finally, we are going to ask the question that I think all of us have been wondering these last couple play sessions. Can ghosts even have sex? What am I, a doctor? Dre looks around. Man, look at this place. Only ghosts would think a rotting garden is a good place to pick up. And yet you're here. Well, yeah, I'm here. Ever tried dating ghosts in the wild? They all just contort and wail. And not in the good way. My ex was a nightmare. I assume you mean a literal nightmare. I've gone out with all kinds. Pretty girls in dresses who carry their own heads. A shadow who refused to let me look directly at him. Being dead is great. I am not going to answer the ghost physiological question that has been asked in the chat. Dre is not a doctor, and neither am I. It's the other dead people that kill me. Blunt. Where? I could use one. Oh my god, I think I fell for that joke last time too. Just kidding. Pot does nothing now. Holy does it do nothing. Getting messed up is the only thing I miss about living. When I was alive, I loved jokes about dying. Life sucked. Jerks everywhere. Never enough money. The jerks got the money. Honestly, the jerks have the money is my political standpoint, so I do kind of get that. I'd be all, the best way to die is now, before death does me in. It should at least buy me dinner. Jokes, you know? But now that I am dead, it just feels right. Like maybe it was meant to be. I don't love this vibe. This is a little dark. Which I guess makes sense, since we all die in junk. There's the bell, thank God. The bell rings, as we heard. Antler Ghost rang that bell thing. Okay, I forgot that her name was Fran, but it's very rude to me that Dre also forgot. That means we change places. See you in a bit. And now I think we have Hattie, the sweet old lady ghost. I think her name is Hattie. Oh, hello there. I'm Hattie. Yes. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little shy. It's just so nice to get out of the home. To see a new face. I like your face too. You're too kind. My looks aren't what they were. Oh. Guess when you get old, you'll look it. Even after you go. I haunt the old folks' home, where I died. Queen Mary's. It's not a nice place to live, let alone die. Bummer vibes on the start of this second date. Not gonna lie, significantly bummer vibes. Few nursing homes are. The nurses do their best, but they're short-staffed. The residents are frequently neglected. To make Queen Mary's a little better. To make Queen Mary's a little better. That is my mission in death. You could haunt anywhere, though. Again, I'm like picking the opposites of the ones that I remember from the first time just to kind of see where else it gets me. Oh no, dearie. Queen Mary's is where I need to be. I can't imagine where the residents would be without me. Tucking them in at night, whispering hope in their ears. There's more, I say. Just you wait. Why bother? If that's your attitude, I'm afraid we won't have much to talk about. Okay, we can save this. I wish I was that noble. You can be that noble. Phew, and we're back. You can do anything now. As ghosts, we have power over the living, whether they know it or not. We ought to use that power for good. What about fun? By all means, have fun. Lord knows I try. An eternity means you can see every movie that you missed. Sneak into every Broadway show. I personally don't find the time, though. There's too much to do. I have a sneaking suspicion that that is how I would be as a ghost. Like, I still have a very long to-do list. I'm sorry, I can't do anything fun. Sometimes I think it would be easier if I had someone to help me when things get tough. I already know the answer to were you alone when you were alive. I know she was married. It was really sad. They loved each other a lot, so I'm going to say it might get easier. I'm content to make it easier for others. There's the bell. Okay. So we're coming on now to the third date to Gary. The first time I wasn't able to catch him before he left. This time I'm going to be brave. And I'm going to make sure it happens. But I'm going to need everybody else to also be brave with me, and you'll see why. Right. See you later. Thank you for coming around. Yes, bye-bye. Another ghost appears. The ghost says nothing, only stares. So the first time I just stared back. This time I'm going to try to talk. Hi? Ooh, okay, already progress. What is it you require? Fun? Companionship? I'm not sure. We're here on a speed date. That would seem to me to be companionship, so... companionship. You will not receive companionship from me. I bring only pain. Okay, then why are you at a speed dating event? He's so spooky. He is. This is at least better than last time. Last time there was some, like, very scary, like, sound effects and, like, screen moving around. I don't know if I like Gary. Gary has not really made himself a winning pitch so far, but I think I just gotta know what else is going on with him. Like a memory that haunts. Like a curse. Who are you? What are you? Do you hurt people? I'm going to stick the polite route. I'm going to ask, who are you first? My name? I am unknowable. I know that's not true because I know that your name is Gary. The shadow of a shadow. You can call me Gary. There we go. That is who I was. Who I used to be. Tell me about Gary, or what happens to you. What happens to you seems too close to like the how did you die question that really seems to be prickly for some people. So I'm going to just say, tell me about Gary. That seems more neutral. Oh, there we go. Facial expression change. Gary was a simple man. An accountant. I am choosing to believe that that is like the TikTok interpretation of accountant. Gary had a thriving OnlyFans. Common. Gary liked the patter of rain. Baseball games and decaffeinated tea. What happens to Gary? Or I miss the little things too. I think the second one is a lot kinder. I miss the little things too. They are gone. Gary is gone. What happened or too bad, Gary sounds nice. I'm gonna do, at this point, we can't beat around. I'm just gonna ask what happened. Whoa! Okay, this is what happened the first time. This is why I was scared the first time. I didn't think that was gonna happen. The ghost eyes grow wide. He breathes in deeply, remembering something horrible. Stop, I'm sorry. Do not be sorry. Are you sure? Because this music is sorry. Sorry is reserved for those who are not. I still feel the blade. The life draining out. Emptied. Gary, I just want to go on a date with you. Please don't be so scary. Okay, the scary music is gone. Okay. An empty space where once there was something. Now cobwebs. A draft. Nice, cool, great. I'm not going to say who killed you because I don't want the scary screen to come back. So I am going to say, I am so sorry, Gary. Do not be sorry. Gary is gone. In your accent, Gary and scary rhyme, so it's cool. I'm trying to think of how you would say them, Rach. That they wouldn't rhyme. Gary, scary. Yeah, I would have guessed that they still rhyme for you, so that's funny. The bell rings. Okay. I hope I didn't fudge this so badly in the first round that we don't see him again. Because the first time I played this, he was just gone. Like, there was no second round. Oh. I think that's happening again. Your time with Gary is over. He lifts up his fragile frame and shambles over to the next table. Okay, I think the first time it was like he like literally like departed the room. So we might be okay. What is he looking for? Not now, Dre. Everyone's so flippin' gloomy here. I keep thinking, who died? Everyone died. That's the joke. You know that's the joke, right? Of course I know that's the joke. Drea, I'm funnier than you. Man, we should just go haunting. Freak out some flesh bags. Give them something to be afraid of. Maybe. Like you're gonna do better than me here? I just did a burp that sounded like what Imagine Carrie sounds like. Have I been possessed? Real cursed Twitch stream. Do not watch 3 a.m. Girl possessed? That's going to be the title of the YouTube video that I clip from this that goes viral and earns me millions of dollars in ad revenue. Anyways, Dre was negging me like they don't know I just had a date with a terrifying shambly murder ghost. Or anywhere. Get bent. I hate this. Most ghosts are sad as heck. Or boring. Lots of boring ones too. What makes a ghost cool? Did you really ask that? If you're cool, you're cool. I hate you. I hate you so much and I don't respect you. You just are who you are. You're not trying to wear someone else's bed sheet, you know? I've only met a few ghosts like that so far. Mostly the ones I meet at punk shows. It's great because you never need a ticket. What kind of punk shows? Emo! And the harder old stuff. Yeah, I know. I'm a cliche. You absolutely are. I cannot legally see the option I like emo and not take it. I must speak my truth. Cool. I don't meet a lot of ghosts like you. All right, we are back to being a manic pixie dream ghost for Drea. Nice ones, I mean. Usually I pal around with other poltergeists. So you actually like that I'm nice? I mean, why not? This school sucks. I agree, I know. We just gotta motor through this date and hope that Gary is still there when we come back. It's not like nice is all you are. Nice is a bonus for me. A personality quirk or whatever. Not like most ghosts, absolutely not. I'm not always nice, or nice is more than a quirk. I'm going to say I'm not always nice, because that's also factually true. Oh, I'm sure. Are you coming on to me? You're so mean. No, you're making fun of me. Scary, too. Pfft. Don't make that face. I'll make any face I want to. You're not my dad. I like you just like you are. Ah, shit, that's nice. I do feel bad when I tease them and then they say something nice. I sort of collect weirdos. My friend Beck likes to make corpses wink. That's terrifying even for a ghost. I don't like that. Oh, likes to make corpses winks at morticians. At open casket funerals. Allison haunts an airport hotel. Guess she likes to watch weird people doing it. Don't love that, Allison. All right, Mr. Darcy Cheese. You have bewitched me, body and soul. That's Pride and Prejudice, right? I just hang out. Go to shows. Terrorize this normie couple I know. I bet you that is the date that you end up going on. Rich types who moved into my old house. Precisely. Foreshadowing. They actually put up a plaque that says, everybody say it with me. Live. Laugh. Love. Blech. So you're bored. We don't need to ask how do you terrorize the normies. We know. This is so irritating. I know, but we have to be close to the end of this second round. Yeah, I guess. I sort of wasted my life. I don't want to waste my death. I want to meet ghosts who aren't like me. You have bewitched me, spectral body and eternal soul. Well done, B. I'm sick of doing the same things. But then I actually remember. I like doing those things. I really just want to... Well, it was Bridget Jones, but same thing. I like you just as you are. Share them with someone new. I know I probably sound pathetic. Bell ring. Bye. Already? This was okay. Come find me after. We'll do something. I don't know that I don't like that I can't say no thank you, so I'll have to say what exactly do you have in mind. You'll see. I will not, because I will not pursue you after this. Hattie. Sweet Hattie. Hello again. How's the speed dating going? Is it everything you hoped it would be? There are some weirdos here, I'm going to say. Weirdos. That's not very nice now, is it? Even the living are a little weird. The dead, well, just look at me. I look like cotton balls. You look more like pollen, or I suppose you're right. I will say I suppose you're right. You're darn right I'm right. I've been around the bend. Lived longer than most other ghosts have been dead. I know a thing or two. Even still, dying has shown me there's still a lot to learn. Always something new worth knowing. Hattie looks at the garden rotting around you. Do you like gardening? I truly can't bear to just not say the nice answers, but I wonder what happens if we say, not really. You and whoever tends this garden. Oh, she's funny. She chuckles to herself. Oh, I hope I wasn't talking over it too much, but there was a very cute sound that just played. As far as interests go, I'm afraid I'm pretty boring. Beyond growing things and helping people die, there's not much more to me. That sounds like plenty. I suppose I like true crime. And making jam. Is jam something that interests you? Actually, yes, or wait, you like true crime. I would love to talk about jam, but I don't think I can pass up a ghost that likes true crime. Oh, heavens, yes. Like a lot of folks from my era. I started with Capote. But he was a little too literary for me. I like the gory details. David Simon and Edna Buchanan especially. Who do you like to read? David Simon, Truman Capote, Edna Buchanan. So I have not read Truman Capote. That's in Cold Blood, right? But I have read a book about Harper Lee's experience knowing Truman Capote, which was really good. So I'm going to say transitive property, Truman Capote. Oh dear. I didn't mean to offend you by calling him too literary. Well, now we're on the same page because I said something that ruffled her feathers. His writing is just not my jar of jam, you know? Which Capote book is your favorite? Okay, something that is nice is that she is the only ghost in this entire playthrough who is actively asking me questions. And like the first ones I was kind of like, oh, whatever. Maybe it's, you know, a limit of the narrative structure. They don't want you to be too, you know, like you're supposed to be to know these ghosts. But I think it's really charming and really endearing that she's actually asking me questions. I only just noticed where her mouth is. I thought her spectacles were like a little mouth and teeth. Oh, that would make her very terrifying looking. No, I think we're supposed to mean that this little one is her mouth. These are eyeglasses on the bridge of her nose. It's very funny to imagine that this is her face. So we're going to go for the classic, In Cold Blood. Capote's been dead a while. It would be swell to meet him. But I guess my odds are as good as when we were both alive. Being dead has me thinking. I've heard so many awful stories. So many big cases go unsolved. Detectives and journalists always say, if only the dead could talk. I sometimes wonder if they'd talk to me. The nursing home needs you. How would you find the victims? I'm going to say, how would you find the victims? Because I really want to flesh out this life for her as a dead detective assistant. Newspaper classifieds. The living say newspapers are dying. All the better for us dead. Bell ring. Okay. We're going to be coming up for Gary rounds 2. I'm feeling optimistic. I think we can do this. Oop, there's the bell. I'm due at the nursing home tomorrow. I'd be honored if you'd join me. It's not as exciting a date as other ghosts might offer, but it has its rewards. Someone dear to me is taking a turn for the worse. It's her husband. It's incredibly sad. I'm afraid he only has a few days left. By the time we get there, he will have already gone into a coma. I want to make sure that he knows they won't be his last. That sounds wonderful. I'm pleased that you agree. I'll meet you at Queen Mary's at 7 a.m. Sorry if that's a little early. Not if I go on a date with Gary instead. I'm my best self before noon. I cannot relate. Hattie floats over to the next table. She looks back and smiles. Gary, 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 please. Yes, he's back! Okay. Why are you so sorry? What do you mean, or you died horribly? He's still kind of doing some, like, depersonalization from, like, himself and Gary, so I think I will just ask, what do you mean? When we spoke the first time, you apologized profusely. Why? It's what you're supposed to say, or I feel bad for you. I think it's what you're supposed to say cheapens it when I very much do feel sorry for what he experienced, so I'm going to be truthful and say, I feel bad for you. I do not need your pity. I need to know what happened to me. I only recall slivers of my last moments alive. Emotions. Work. A shadow along the wall. I know these memories are important. I do not know how they fit together. Tell me about work. Tell me about the shadow. Tell me about the emotions. Well, God, I don't think it's tell me about work, because that seems a little more mundane than the other two. Tell me about the shadow seems like it's potentially very scary. Maybe tell me about the emotions? Like what you were feeling? Emotion. Yes, let's say tell me about the emotions. No Carly Rae Jepsen. There was anger, frustration, guilt. Now all I long for is revenge. It pumps through me like blood. But how can I need revenge when I don't know what happened? When I don't know who is to blame? I'm going to say you mentioned a shadow because I don't think I can dissuade Gary from vengeance. I don't think saying vengeance won't solve anything is actually going to help. The shadow was long, dark, but familiar. Was Gary killed by somebody he knows? Statistically speaking, most people are. It crept along the wall. It crept through the office as we worked at night. It came for me. It has a name. Oh, why can't I remember its name? Gary's eyes looked so threatening when you first met him. Now they look sort of sad. This is the turn that I wanted for. You go from big spooky thing to little sad guy I can help. I am thriving. Maybe we should go to your old office, or you're a good ghost, Gary. I have a feeling that the date with Gary is going to end up at the old office. don't know if you're a good ghost, but I want to be nice to him. I want to say you're a good ghost, Gary. I think I'm going to. Tiny smile! Oh, I feel immediately justified. Tiny smile from Gary. It's all worthwhile. Your kindness. It is rare among our kind. I still feel the blade. Okay, Gary, let's keep it nice. Let's keep it fun. Let's keep it back to when you were giving me a little tiny smile. Raid. Oh, okay. The life draining out. Join me after the final bell. What up? Hi, James. Hi, bud. Thanks for the raid. We're on a date with a ghost who was horribly murdered. Let's stay playful together, Gary. Absolutely. So yeah, thanks for everybody just joining us. Cool Neo shirt. Thank you so much. Neopets forever. So yeah, for those of us just joining, this is Gary. He's the third date we've been on. He was horribly murdered and doesn't remember how. But he is inviting me to go on a date with him to try to see how he was killed. And I think we're gonna do it. So there's the bell that ends our date. The bell rings. Gary left a strange transit map behind. Routes you've never seen. Do you have the Neo pants? Of course I have the Neo pants. I'm just not wearing them right now. Gary just looks like me now that I cut my hair. Well, hopefully you also don't have the dark, soulless eyes and terrifying voice, but even if you do, that's okay. We'd still be friends. Okay, what is this map that Gary left? Routes you've never seen. A certain stop is circled. Choose your date. It is Gary. For those of you just joining us, Hattie is like a sweet older woman. She haunts the nursing home where she lived and died to watch over her husband. Dre is completely insufferable. They're just like this rude, immature little punk. We did not care for either of those. Hattie was sweet, but we played her date last week. So it's time to find out how Gary was brutally murdered, and I really hope this isn't scary. Because I don't like being scared, but I'm incredibly curious. Dre sucks. Confirmed. People who watched us date Dre. Confirmed. Okay. So far, not scary music. Edgelording into the afterlife. Dre is the kind of person I would avoid IRL. Big same. Okay. You arrive at the bus stop where Gary asked to meet. The last bus went by hours ago. Still, there are other ghosts, waiting for something. One natters to herself like a squirrel. I have never heard that verb used in this context, or maybe at all. I would have said chatters like a squirrel. Dre listens to 3 Days Grace. Absolutely. Did you guys watch Fuse TV? Because the music video for Pain by 3 Days Grace, I swear, played every single day for a very long time. There's a few music videos that, like, at any given point during my high school, if I turned on Fuse, they were playing, and the Pain music video is one of them. Okay, back to our ghosts at this bus stop for no buses. Another is on the ground, arms around his knees, rocking back and forth. The third ghost has his back turned, staring silently into the darkness. It's Gary. Gary! He's wearing a little bow tie! Oh my god. Every moment of being scared up until this point is now worth it because he is wearing a tiny bow tie. I used to watch Naruto AMVs set to Pain by 3 Days Grace. B, you are iconic and I am obsessed. Okay, everybody else, I'm curious. Is there a song that you know all the words to because you watched AMVs to it? Natters is a British term. Is this made by a British company? If you're nattering, it's like having a little gossip or chat. This is made by Copy Chaser Games. I'm not sure if they're British, but I'm gonna look into that now. But anyways, yeah, if you guys used to watch AMVs, please tell me the songs that you know because of those AMVs and the anime it was for. It's like only usually used about women. Welcome to anything fucking that implies that being talkative is bad. It's all about women. Every time we touch. Okay, yes, for me, it's Promise by Ave 6. I used to watch a lot of Orin High School Host Club AMVs to that one. And there was also some Orin High School Host Club. I used to watch so many high school Host Club AMVs. The Avenue Q soundtrack, weirdly, there was a lot of Host Club AMVs. I used to watch those too. So that's a pretty specific Venn diagram of my interests, musical theater and AMVs. Okay, sorry. Oh, hell yeah, Oren. Yeah, and it's so big on TikTok. I think I want to rewatch it now as an adult as opposed to when I watched it in middle school on YouTube in 3-part subbed videos. God bless people that used to put anime on YouTube. Okay, anyways. I have to click away from the screen even though all I want to do is stare at Gary's bow tie. Yes, the Avenue Q ones. Yes. My girlfriend who lives in Canada, if you were gay. Those are the main ones that I remember. At least for the Host Club ones that I watched. But let me know which ones I'm missing. Okay, Gary is wearing a bow tie. I wore a bow tie. Ugh. This is worth it. This is why I suffered. This is the best thing I've ever seen. Or in Rewatch Party, I am down. Incredible pick a time. I used to watch Naruto clips set to Dane Cook stand-up comedy. That is the most insane, bonkers sentence I've ever read. I need to find these videos. I won't sleep until I do. Okay, Gary wearing a bow tie. You look nice. I wished to look respectable. Mission accomplished. One must look respectable when meeting one's end. Okay. No, Rach, he wasn't wearing a bow tie for his job. He was wearing it to see me. Although, actually, you're right. We're going back to where he worked. Maybe this is... And he did just say, one must look respectable when meeting one's end. So maybe the bow tie is not for me because he loves me. Thank you for finding those and sending them to me. Excellent. Okay. Even for the second time. Also, I thought you would like it! I do like it. You thought right. I am in love. Okay, we have met a lot of really incredible ghost dates. There was Spooky Peter. There was... What was the shark's name? What was the shark that we robbed a bank with? What was the name of the shark we robbed a bank with? I didn't think that we were going to find anybody that we loved even more, but Gary with the bow tie, head and shoulders above the rest. Best date. I want to marry Gary. I love it. Gary smiles. I just want to look at Gary smiling in a bow tie. Spooky Peter rules. He did, but Spooky Peter also had fedora energy, and Gary has just like haunted sweetheart energy. Briefly. Okay, you know. It's fine. We can only get so much. It's greedy to ask for more. We are going to the place where I died. The office where I worked as an accountant. Wink. Under the tracks. Where the trains grind and the walls shake. The dead end of a crooked drive. Sounds spooky, or how sad. I don't know if there's much difference between these two. Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Thank you, Restream. We've had a lot to say about Gary. Sounds spooky. Yes. Spooky. Whoa. A dim purple light washes over Gary's face. The dead of night bus has arrived. Okay. This is about to sound stupid, but this must be night bus That's not, I was about to say the same way that Harry Potter has a night bus. And I was like, is this coming back to like maybe British Company? I think it's just words. Anyways. This bus is not sanctioned by any city. Its driver is a wisp, a fragment of a broken spirit, trained to perform repetitive tasks. You and the other ghosts get on the bus. There is no fare. You've all paid the price. The office is just as I remember it, and another little smile. Oh, Gary. Where are the Gary fan cams? I am begging someone to make a Gary fan cam. I sat in that corner. Accounting is not thrilling work. Wink. But it can be exceptionally busy. The papers on Gary's old desk are carefully stacked. It seems he liked to keep things orderly. I'll make one, thank you, B. Doing the Lord's work you are. My partner's desk. Always a mess. Papers and rotting food cover every inch of this other desk. Service. Beg your pardon? Or what about your service? I am going to say beg your pardon because I have no idea what's going on. Service was my partner. Is that a name? Service Gelk. I'm not going to say a funny name because that's rude and you shouldn't say that about anybody. What was he like? I worked with the man for 16 years. At first for a bank. We were miserable. So we struck out on our own. Gary sits at Service's desk. He turns on the desk lamp to get a better look at the papers. He was a friend, or you'd make a good partner. I'm going to say you'd make a good partner because I want to be Gary's life partner, his wife, immediately. I tried my best. I wish I could say the same for Service. He was a thief. Oh. The green and gold lamp collecting dust on Service's desk casts a long shadow. Gary remembered being killed by a long shadow. I hate to say it. I think we have to assume that Service, who had a dirty desk and was a bad partner and a thief, is probably the person that killed Gary. Also because he's the only other person we have met so far in Gary's narrative, I think Service killed him. Oh, the shadow begins to move. Please don't get scary. Please don't get scary. Please don't get scary. It creeps along the wall until it hangs squarely over Gary. Don't be scary. Don't be scary. He was telling our clients they owed money. Rachel, you genius. I bet Service did something and someone murdered Gary thinking he was Service. I think that's really interesting, and I think that makes a lot of sense too. Let's see what happens. He was telling our clients they owed money. Money they did not owe. He would pocket it for himself. Small amounts, so I would not notice. But even small numbers do not add up. Gary struggles to stand. He seems troubled by something. When I confronted him, there was a fight. Okay, I'm back on my idea. In this room, or is that how you died? I mean, I feel like if it was how he died, he would... The whole thing is that he doesn't remember how he died, and this he clearly seems to remember. So I'm going to ask, in this room? Yes. I killed him! Oh my god! Gary! This is so scary. I specifically asked for this date to not get scary. I asked for no scary moving screen. I asked for no scary sound. Oh God. I still feel the blade. Gary didn't get killed. Gary killed Service. Jesus Christ. The knife in my hand. I looked for gloves, bleach. I found them, but I could not hide what I had done. Instead, I called the police. Sitting quietly in the dark, I waited for them to arrive. When the officers knocked on the door, I was so scared. They warned me, but I couldn't let go of the weapon. Oh my God. Frozen in place right there in our office. Oh, stop shaking. I don't like that. They shot me where I stood. Whew. Oh my God. I did not. Gary. Gary with your bow tie and your little smile is a murderer. But then he called the police, but then they shot him on sight. Go figure. I died here, same as Service. You're a monster. You didn't mean to. At least you know. Gary, we were all rooting for you. Never in my life have I yelled at a ghost like this. Well, saying you're a monster I don't think will help. You didn't mean to. You very clearly did. Oh, damn. So it's not set in England. America is more of a shoot first, ask questions later kind of place. And that's illegal, Care Bear. So I think I'm just going to say, at least you know, because that was the point of our date. He wanted to know. I am haunted by an act of vengeance, not the need for it. I am sorry for bringing you here. I am sorry I am not good. How is it that he literally just told me that he murdered his coworker, but him saying I am sorry I am not good, wearing his tiny bow tie, is like genuinely tearing me apart. Gary. You're a good ghost, Gary, or don't be sorry. Well, don't be sorry, I don't think is also right to say because, you know, restorative justice, you know, we want people who have perpetrated harm to feel remorse for what they did to try to prevent future harm from happening. But saying you're a good ghost also feels a little... What's the use of being sorry and good ghost? Okay, so we're going to say you're good ghost. I am not. But now that I know what I have done, I will carry it with me. Atone. Oh yeah, you're right, Rach. He did say earlier, sorry is reserved for people who are not. So he's saying, I will atone and then perhaps then I will be good. A good ghost. Gary is gone. The office is darker now. On the wall you see a portrait. 2 smiling men. Service and Gary. The day they opened their firm. The office begins to shake as the first train of the day rolls by overhead. But the picture stays fixed to the wall. Whoa. Head and shoulders, that was above the rest. That was the best date we've been on so far. Not best in the sense of like that's a date I would like to go on in real life. Two smiling men. One of them looks super fucked up and melty in his mouth. It's like half his face. I really liked that though. I really liked that that date felt different than the other ones. That it had like genuinely scary elements, even though I hated experiencing them in real time. I liked that it was different. I liked that it was very thoughtful. Yeah, I'm really glad that we went back for Gary. I'm really glad that I reset my game so that we could talk to Gary. Thank you so much everybody for tuning in. This Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific here on this channel and on the Pack Theater channel, we have our next full Super Dating Simulator show. It's called Love Potion Connection. It's about a witch trying to create a brand new form of magic. All she needs is a partner to do it with her. I'm going to be acting in the show this month. I'm going to be playing her best friend, Tammy of the Tea. It's going to be a really fun time, so come join us if you want to. It's a really fun show if you've never been to one of our full-on shows. They're all audience interactive like this. You guys vote on what happens, and it all happens live in front of you. So thank you so much for speed dating with me. We'll see if what happens next time it's my turn. I don't know if I'm going to keep playing speed dating or find something new. Find me on social media if there is a new dating simulator you want to see me play. I am at Sara is not famous on Facebook, or not Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram, and then we are at Super Dating Simulator on Instagram too. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your night. Don't murder your coworkers. Good night.